Good morning, students. Today let us start our unit number 4, that is electromagnetic induction and alternating current. Okay, that means in this unit we are going to understand the two portions. One is electromagnetic induction. We can call it in short EMI. This is the new concept. And then the alternating current circuits. Okay, that means AC we are going to understand in detail. Alternating current. Okay, now first topic will be related to EMI, that means electromagnetic induction. Okay, now here we will be needing these two laws to understand the concept. First of all, Faraday law is giving us the idea about induction current or induced current. Okay, so this is the law of Faraday, and then that current which is going to flow, how to find that direction, for that we need another law, that is Lenz law. So let us understand firstly what is the meaning of Faraday law or what is the meaning of this electromagnetic induction. So Faraday is only giving the definition of electromagnetic induction, that whenever there is change of magnetic flux, okay, magnetic flux, we have understood electric flux already. Electric flux means electric field lines passing through unit area perpendicularly. In the same manner, whenever you read this word magnetic flux, that means magnetic field lines now are required. Okay, so whenever there is change of magnetic flux through any coil or circuit, then an induced current is produced in the coil. So you have to notice here one thing, that one current is automatically going to produce in the coil without the presence of the battery. Okay, so induced current is going to be produced in any circuit or in any coil without the presence of the battery. But when it will be produced? So the cause you have to notice. Cause is what? The change of magnetic flux. Okay, so this point is very important. There should be change of magnetic flux through any coil. Okay, now we are going to understand this all logic with the help of some circuit diagrams in the next sheet. Firstly, let us see the statement of Lenz law. As I told you that Lenz law is used to find the direction of induced current. Direction. Okay, so one statement is given that we need to understand with the help of circuits only. So the statement, let us learn here. The direction of induced current is such that it always opposes the cause due to which it is produced. Okay, it always opposes the cause due to which it is produced. Now let us move to the next sheet to understand both the laws. See students, our first example, magnet and coil system. Okay, suppose we have taken a magnet. Okay, and here we have taken a coil. Now you can see, first of all, this coil is only having galvanometer. You can see in this coil there is no battery which can produce current. Okay, so the current due to battery is not present here. Okay, but what will happen, as soon as this magnet will be moved towards or away from the magnet, then in this coil the induced current will be produced. Induced current means one current will be produced without the battery. And what will be the cause of that current? The cause will be change of magnetic flux, which we have studied in the Faraday law. Okay, we have seen the statement. So you see what will happen. I want what? That magnetic flux. Some source of magnetic flux should be there here. So the source of magnetic flux or field line is a magnet. This I have taken. Now it is producing some magnetic field lines. Okay, so magnetic field lines we can draw like this, that here if N is kept, so all the field lines are like this moving. These are the magnetic field lines from any magnetic north pole. Magnetic field lines are present. Okay, now suppose in this coil in its cross section, suppose initially two field lines are entering, okay, but as soon as if I will move this magnet towards the coil, so obviously the magnetic field lines will enter more in this coil. So that means if initially two field lines were crossing this coil, now maybe that four field lines are crossing it. So that means through this coil the magnetic flux has changed. Okay, so magnetic flux and magnetic field lines are similar. Okay, so to understand this electromagnetic induction, we need the change of magnetic flux. So this is the first observation, that whenever the magnet will be moved towards the coil, then the galvanometer will give deflection, because induced current is produced in this due to increase of magnetic flux. Okay, due to increase of magnetic flux. Now let's see the second case. Okay, this is the second case in which same magnet is present here, same coil is present here, but now we are not moving the magnet towards the coil. Now suppose we are moving the magnet away in this direction from this coil. Okay, so when this magnet is moving away from this coil, is there any change of flux now also? Just think. So the answer is yes. Okay, earlier what was happening, when we were moving the magnet towards the coil, then its magnetic flux was increasing. Its magnetic flux means whatever magnetic field lines are entering into it due to this magnet. Okay, so the magnetic field lines in this coil were increasing, and now when I am moving the magnet away from the coil, then the magnetic field lines which were initially entering through the coil, now they are decreasing. So this way, here also the change of flux is there. So whether the magnet is moved towards the coil or whether a magnet is moved away from the coil, then in that coils the induced current is produced. Okay, so cause we have to remember that change of flux should be there. Whenever there is change of flux through any coil, then there is induced current produced. Now the change means the magnetic flux can be increased also, or the magnetic flux can be decreased also. In both the cases the induced current will be produced. Only the induced current will not be produced when there is constant magnetic flux entering through the coil. Suppose I keep this magnet stationary and this coil also stationary. Now suppose four magnetic field lines are passing through this coil due to this magnet. Then what? If four magnetic field lines are passing once, and if this and this are stationary, then every time four magnetic field line will cross through it. That means when there is no change of magnetic flux, then no induced current. So this can be the third case. Okay, we can draw this case number third separately if the magnet and the coil both are stationary. Okay, then through this coil, will there be any change of magnetic flux? No. Suppose initially 3 or 4 field lines are crossing, then always that number of field lines will always cross. Okay, because this magnet is not moving. So that means if this coil and magnet both are stationary, then there will be no induced current produced. So in these two cases induced current will be produced. So just let us revise. When this magnet is moved towards, then through this magnetic flux increases, that means changes. So yes, induced current flows. When this magnet is moved away, then the magnetic flux of this coil decreases, and decreases means also change in the magnetic flux. That means induced current flows in this case also. So we have to always search that cases when anyhow there is change of magnetic flux. So what we have understood here, that is all Faraday law. So Faraday law says that there is production of induced current in any coil whenever there is change of magnetic flux through it. Okay? Okay students, in these three circuits we have discussed Faraday law till now. Faraday law means in which cases the induced current will be produced. So in these two cases induced current is produced because change of magnetic flux is present here. And in this case no induced current produced because no change of magnetic flux is present. Now in these same circuits, we are going to apply Lenz law to find the direction of induced current. Okay, so remember the statement of Lenz law. Lenz law says that the direction of induced current is such that it always opposes the cause due to which it is produced. Okay, we have to focus on the cause and we have to oppose it. Okay, let us start now. In this case, N pole of the magnet is moving towards this coil. So here current is produced. That is Faraday law. Now what should be the direction of the induced current here? Should it be clockwise or should it be anti-clockwise? So you see the rule is this way. We will apply the Lenz law this way. N के पास जाने से इसमें करंट प्रोड्यूस हुई है तो अपोजिंग द कॉज होना चाहिए. दैट मीन्स N दूर जाना चाहिए. ये N दूर जाना चाहिए. नाउ व्हाई दिस N विल बी रिपेल्ड? Okay, how this N will be repelled? So it will be repelled only when if I say that this is also north pole of the magnet and this is the south pole of the magnet. Okay, so you have to see always from the from this first side only, left side. What has happened? Again I am repeating. अगर N के पास जाने से इसमें current produce हुई है तो Lenz law says that it should oppose the cause. N के पास जाने से करंट प्रोड्यूस हुई है तो ये N दूर जाना चाहिए. सो करंट ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि ये N दूर जाए. नाउ हाउ दिस N विल गो अवे? व्हेन दिस इज ऑल्सो N पोल ऑफ द कॉइल. N पोल ऑफ द कॉइल मीन्स हियर द करंट शुड बी एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. ओके, सो द करंट शुड बी एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. सो यू सी करंट इज एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. You can draw the diagram yourself and check it. That this is anti-clockwise current. From front it is going upward, back it is going downward, and then complete the remaining part of the current. This way the current will flow, will flow, will flow, will flow. Okay, so this way we have completed the current direction in the first case. Now let us consider the second case. You can pause the video and try yourself the current direction. Let us start the second case for current direction. In this case, induced current is produced here. That we are told from Faraday law. Faraday law says whenever there is change of flux, induced current will be produced. So when this magnet is moved away, here decrease of flux is there. So induced current is present. Now induced current is present in what direction? So let us apply Lenz law. ओके, यहाँ क्या हुआ है? N पोल इस कॉइल से दूर गया है तो करंट प्रोड्यूस हुई है. सो N के दूर जाने से करंट प्रोड्यूस हुई है. इस N पोल के दूर जाने से इसमें करंट प्रोड्यूस हुई थी. ठीक है, वी हैव मूव्ड इट अवे, नो, दैट्स वाई ओनली द मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स चेंज्ड हियर एंड दैट्स वाई करंट प्रोड्यूस्ड हियर. सो N के दूर जाने से इसमें करंट प्रोड्यूस हुई है तो N अपोज द कॉज का मीनिंग क्या हुआ? N पास में आना चाहिए. नाउ वाई, इन विच केस दिस N विल गो टूवर्ड्स द कॉइल व्हेन दिस साइड ऑफ द कॉइल इज साउथ पोल. ओके, सो दिस साइड ऑफ द coil should be south pole so that this N gets attracted to S. Okay, attracted means we don't have to move this N pole towards the S. We just want the cause. We just want to oppose the cause. We have to only apply the logic for current direction. Okay, so this N, when this magnet's N is moving away, then here induced current is produced. That is said by Faraday law. Now Lenz law says that this current should be such that it should always oppose the cause due to which it is produced. Cause was N is moving away. We have moved N away. So oppose the cause means N should come closer to this coil. That is possible only when this coil is, this part of the coil is, this face of the coil is south pole. South pole means here the current direction will be clockwise. Okay, clockwise means here downward. You see, this way the clockwise current will flow. So back से ऊपर आएगी current, back side से current upward, front side पे downward. Okay, so back side पे upward. So this way let us complete the remaining part. Okay, so you can notice one thing. If the cause changes, here the cause was increase of flux, here the cause is decrease of flux. If the cause changes, then you see the direction of induced current is also changing. Here the direction is going this way, here the current is going this way. So if the cause is changed, okay, cause means due to what case, due to which cause the induced current is produced. If the cause is changed, the direction of induced current is also changed. यहाँ cause था increase of magnetic flux, यहाँ cause था decrease of magnetic flux. So we will be practicing some more questions based on Faraday law and Lenz law. This Lenz law understanding is very important. So just now note down all these three cases. Acha, in third case, because no induced current is there, so no direction of induced current we have to find. Okay, so we have taken in this case magnet and coil system. Now in the next video we'll understand the coil and coil case also, some more cases also. So we have to practice all these cases. There are number of cases in which we can apply Faraday law and Lenz law. Okay, note down.